Good morning everyone and welcome once again to my weekly video blog from the Principal's Office at GEMS Wellington Academy, Al Khail. So I'm going to start off this week just by mentioning briefly our DSiB inspection report. Hopefully if you're a parent and you're watching this, you've received this by now from the KHDA. If you haven't received it, please let us know so that we can send you a copy. Please read that report carefully. I have sent out a letter with some of the highlights in it. We're generally pretty pleased with the report about the improvements that have been noted since the last inspection, and we're already in the process of planning for the next inspection so that we'll improve even further. So more information will come out about that in due course, and you will receive from us a summary of our plans for improving the school further based on the outcomes of the report. Now, the second part of my video blog is I'm sharing with two of our Year 9 students, Abbas and Sarah. And if you're very observant, you'll see there's a trophy on the table here, and on that trophy you will see the word push. Now, push actually stands for something, and I'm going to ask perhaps Abbas to tell us what push stands for.
Perseverance until something happens.
Okay, perseverance until something happens. And can you just tell us, Sarah, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about a background of what push was. It was something that you've been involved in for the last few weeks, is that right?
Yeah, well, Push was this organization that we went to every Saturday in the morning. We went and we were put into groups. We had to come up with a business idea and present it to 3 investors, which were actually successful CEOs, which came and talked to us as well about their business journeys and how they succeeded in their businesses.
Okay, so you had to sort of come up with a business idea which you thought might be successful. Abbas, tell me a little bit about what your group was called and the idea that you came up with.
So my group was called Lifesaver, and our idea was basically this sort of kind of app where you'd have many different videos on every sort of GCSE topic. You'd have lots of past papers. There would be like teacher Q&As where you can ask them questions and they can respond back with answers. There's like a area for students where they can negotiate ideas. So it was kind of like, we have some apps here in school that we use, like things like MyMaths, but for our one, it's more broad and has more topics, and we feel like it's actually a bit better than theirs.
Okay, and Sarah, you were in a different group, is that right? So what was your group called and what was your idea?
My group was called Seek. We decided on building an app where students, whenever they feel stress or anxiety or any other kind of problems, they could just go and do a questionnaire, and then they'll be directed to a professional psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever, to help them with their problems and what they can do about them.
Okay, interesting idea. That fits nicely with the whole idea of well-being here in the UAE, which, as you know, they're very keen on. So what feedback did you get on your presentation and your idea?
Well, on our presentation, we got good feedback, like our ambition was like very good because it was a good idea since no one else has done that, and our competitors, we looked at that very carefully. Our response time was faster than theirs, and we only were going to sell generic information like age, the date of submission, and gender, so that we can spot any patterns. For example, like in May, when we have exams, there'll be a higher rate of stress, whereas in August, in the summer, it wouldn't be as high.
Okay, good. And what feedback did you get on your product? Did they like it?
They felt it was really good. I think particularly around the financial bit, because with our idea, we'd make a very big profit.
Okay, so that was the main driver, was it? Making a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now there's a trophy here, obviously, on the table, and I think that was awarded to the team they felt overall in terms of presentation, idea, financial plan, all the rest of it. That went to the team they thought did the whole thing best. And which team won?
Lifesaver.
Lifesaver won, okay. But I know the other teams got some very positive feedback too. So in terms of what did you learn most about being involved in this?
How it's very important to have like a team you can trust, how it's important to keep driving forward. Things won't always work out the first time you try it. Some of these CEOs told us about their stories and how it wasn't just the first investor that they came to that actually invested in their product. They had to look for many other people, and just like Push says, persevere until something happens. So you have to keep trying.
And what about you, Sarah? What did you take away from this?
What we learned as a team was that communication is really important, like getting our ideas together and how we are going and managing our time. That was really important. We had to meet up a few times in school, out of school, and we really put a lot of time in it. Another thing we learned is risk taking. We needed to take risks, like the financial bit, although like we didn't really succeed in that area, but we did take a risk, and I think we're happy with what we did.
Okay. So you'll be able to see a connection between the wet learner profile and real life, what happens in real life? Yeah, okay. And do you think you might want to take business studies as a GCSE next year now?
Yeah, so I'm going to be taking economics, but I feel like business has like good connections between economics.
Absolutely.
So I feel like this is like help, makes me want to do economics more now.
Yeah, I have taken economics too, and it kind of makes me look more like forward to it and like looking at the more financial bit.
Okay, and do you think after your experience you might fancy being entrepreneurs yourself, setting up your own business? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, there we go. So success for our teams, but more importantly, great education of experience. And I got some fantastic feedback personally from those CEOs who were really impressed with the companies that presented their ideas and the way they coped with quite a difficult situation, having to present to some pretty important, successful people. So well done to you two, particularly well done to your group for winning, but well done anyway for taking part. And thank you for joining me this morning. So that's all from me this morning and from Abbas and Sarah. So thanks again for watching, and we'll speak to you again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.